Hello and welcome to or back to my channel. Thank you for stopping, thank you for clicking, and thank you for watching. My name is Angel, and yeah, today I'm going to do another VR to a hashtag 7 decks for deadly sins. This is a VR to Sylvain's deadly sins, and we're going to dive straight on in. Okay, the first prompt is Pride, a deck for flexing. What am I going to say here? I'm going to say that my choice for this prompt was this deck, which comes with this beautiful bag. Obviously, also comes in a box. This is, let me get this right because this is the French version of this deck. This is called the Tarot of Strange Branches or Antlers, depending how it's translated. But I recently read that the creator actually wishes the deck to be called the Tarot of Strange Sprouts in English. And sprouts for me, because, you know, I'm from the UK, for me means Brussels sprouts. So I personally prefer branches or antlers because, you know, but that's just me. Anyway, I'm going to show you the deck because it's beautiful. I absolutely love it. I bought this for a new practice that I'm starting, but that's another sideline. That's a tangent I was not going to go off on. These are the backs. I haven't edged mine yet. I'm sorry if you can hear that noise in the background. That's my cat playing with a cat toy, trying to get the cat treats out. Anyway, this is a very, very beautiful deck. I love the artwork. It's a mass market deck, but it's a French publisher, I believe. And although it's not an out of print deck or, you know, an indie deck, I just think it's beautiful, and I'm really proud to own it. I'm just blown away by this deck. I think it's absolutely amazing, absolutely beautiful. I mean, this is just, wow, what an image. It's got a wild, free feel about it. It's just amazing. It really, really is. I mean, this is just fantastic. Yeah, I've got no words for this deck. It's absolutely beautiful. Let's just show a few majors. I mean, that's just amazing. And this is beautiful. It's just such a stunning deck. In my humble opinion, it's absolutely stunning. I mean, oh. Yeah. So that is my Pride deck, a deck for flexing, because I'm so proud that I own that deck. It's absolutely beautiful, absolutely stunning. Okay, the next prompt is Greed, a deck that you don't share with anyone, that's only for yourself. Now, I only read for myself, so I thought I was going to turn this prompt around and show a deck that I have used to read for somebody else. And I don't read for people generally because I'm a complete newbie to tarot, but I wanted to try reading for somebody else, and the person that I read for really wanted a reading. So I did the reading for this other person, and then they spoke to their daughter after I did the reading, and they also wanted a reading. So I've actually done 2 readings of this deck for 2 different people, and they were both really happy with the reading I gave them. So hey ho, that's a sideline story. But the deck is not obviously, the Lightseers Tarot, and this has been shown millions of times, no doubt, on TarotTube. So this is the deck that I don't use just for me. This is a deck that I've used for other people because I'm being cheeky and I'm turning the prompt around. So no doubt you've seen this deck. I love the colours in this. I think the characters are really relatable. I think, you know, you either love this deck or you're not a big fan of it. And that's fine, you know. Different decks for different people. I love the Knight of Cups. That's the card I look for when I'm buying a new deck. The same with the Page of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles, and even the Ten of Pentacles. So there you have the Lightseers Tarot. I've edged mine in like a greeny blue kind of colour. I think it's beautiful. Okay, let's move on to the next prompt. The next prompt is Wrath, a deck you are angry at. Now, I don't think it's the deck's fault, but this is the deck I'm angry at. This is the Moon Power Tarot. This is an indie deck. I think it's just, you know, it's me. And what can you do? Not every deck is for you or for me. So I'm angry at this deck because I don't find it's a particularly very good reader for me. It falls flat and I just don't get anything from it, which I think is a complete shame because it's such a beautiful deck. These are the backs. I mean, they're gorgeous. And look at this gilding. Oh, cat hair, sorry. Look at this gilding, it's gorgeous. And the cards are beautiful. I mean, the images are beautiful, but I just don't get anything from it. And, you know, I've mentioned before that I'm in no rush to rehome any decks or gift away my decks or pass on to somebody else. I believe that if I'm drawn to buy a deck, then at some time or another, that deck will tell me when it's ready to work with me. And I just feel that, you know, this deck's going to come forward later on in my tarot journey, I feel. Anyway, enough of that babble. Let's get on with the cards. These are beautiful. Really cool images. I mean, this is gorgeous. Gorgeous. I love the colours in this deck. I really enjoy the images. I mean, you know, it's a bit quirky. Don't mind that at all. This is fantastic. This is amazing. I think, yeah, like I said, I think when it's ready to work with me, it will call to me. I'll be called to work with it. I love this card. I love the witchy vibe. So yeah, let's take a few more cards because they are amazing images. I mean, come on. I mean, come on. It's just blooming gorgeous. It's blooming gorgeous. But it just doesn't want to talk to me at the minute. Talk to me, please. Tell me your messages. Let me work with you. I mean, look at this Queen of Cups. She's stunning. Anyway, Moon Power Tarot. Not the deck's fault. And I'm hoping that sooner or later we're going to work together. Okay, Envy, a deck you wanted because others have it. And that deck for me was the This Might Hurt Tarot. And I wanted it, but I wasn't sure how I was going to get along with it. And what was the first deck I showed you? Or the French deck was the first deck I showed you. And I was, you know, moseying and looking on Amazon, but the French version of Amazon. And I came upon This Might Hurt Tarot. And first I thought it was a fake. But then when I read a bit further, This Might Hurt Tarot had been picked up by a French publisher. And so I purchased the French version, which was much, much cheaper than getting my hands on the indie version. So that's what I did. These are the backs, which I believe are the same as the indie version. I could be wrong about that. I haven't edged mine yet. I haven't had this deck particularly very long. And obviously the images are the same as the indie version, obviously. I mean, they're fantastic. And, you know, it doesn't bother me that the titles are in French because obviously the images are so Rider-Waite-Smith that it's easy to tell what the card is. So yeah, so this is my Envy deck, and you know, I sneakily got around the not buying the indie version by buying the French version, because I'm a cheeky monkey like that. Don't get me wrong, I don't mind paying out for an indie deck, but when I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to get along with it, then I'm a little bit more hesitant to splurge and splash out. So this, you know, this was perfect. Love this tower, love this tower. Yeah, this might hurt tarot in French. Love it. Okay, let's take a look at the next prompt, which is Lust, a deck for aesthetic reasons, and that is actually going to be another French deck. I feel like I'm honouring Sylvain today by showing my French decks. I don't know what this is called in English, I'm sorry. And when I tried to translate it, it was the same name. These are the backs. I haven't edged mine. These images are absolutely sumptuous. They are absolutely sumptuous. It's not my aesthetic because although obviously the majors and the court cards are illustrated, the minors are pip cards. Let's just show you a pip card. For instance, the lipsticks, which is, you know, beautiful. It's got these like peacock feathers, if you can see in the background, which are gorgeous. But it's very pippish, obviously, which I'm not a big fan of these kind of pip decks. I'm more a fan of pips with feelings. But the other cards are absolutely heavenly. They really, really are. Sorry, you can hear my cats playing. Sorry about that. Let's take a look for this beauty. I mean, it's just amazing. I mean, oh, it just reminds me of, oh, I don't know what it reminds me of. I'm so sorry for the noise. My cats are playing together. Having a good old game, rushing around. I don't know if you can hear them. I'm sure you can. I do apologise. Yeah, so this is just, wow. So yeah, absolutely beautiful. I'm going to show you the name again because I don't want to butcher the name, and my French is not worth hearing, I promise you. Absolutely amazing. Beautiful, beautiful cards. But not my aesthetic really because of the pips. But it's not leaving my collection. It's staying because I think it's amazing and stunning and sumptuous. Okay, we're moving on. We're moving on to Gluttony, a deck you don't need, but you purchased anyway. Or that could be any deck in my collection, basically, because, you know, I don't particularly need any of these decks. But I just love them. I wanted them. And I purchased them because I'm a naughty girl. Okay, this is another French deck, actually. This is the Lumina Tarot. And when I first started my journey in 2020, I saw this deck online, but I feel it was out of print at the time when I saw it, and I really, really loved it, and I loved the images, and I really wanted it, even though I just started on my tarot journey. And I'm sure it was out of print because I couldn't get my hands on it, as I mentioned. And then I was looking, I think it might have been around the same time as I was looking up this tarot on Amazon, the French version of Amazon, and I stumbled upon this, and I thought, oh, that's the deck I really wanted. You know, and my tarot journey started, And so I purchased it, and it's got an amazing guidebook. I believe it's the same publisher. Yeah, it's the same publisher as the last deck I just showed you, and even the This Might Hurt Tarot. Let's look at the backs quickly. These are the backs. I still need to edge mine, and I think these are really lovely. The people in the cards are very young. That's a bit of a drawback, unfortunately. But you know, that's fine by me. I don't mind that. Saying that, this lady looks a bit older. Yeah, this one's in order at the minute. It's out of rotation, and if you've watched any of my other videos, you'll know that when one of my decks goes out of rotation, I put it back in order to reset the deck and allow the deck some downtime. I know that sounds really daft, but it's a concept that completely works for me, so that's what I do. So yeah, hence the reason that this is in order, because at the minute I'm using my spooky decks. Love this tower card. It's, I love it. It's gorgeous. So as I mentioned, the people in the deck are quite young, and even in the court cards, which we'll come to in just a wee moment. Moving on to the pips, not the pips, sorry, the minors. They are quite pip-like, and I get a bit of a wild unknown vibe. Wait, sorry, I've said that wrong. I get a bit of a wild unknown tarot vibe with this tarot, and I think they would probably pair very well together. I do have the wild unknown tarot, so that's definitely on my to try list. Pairing the two together and seeing how they work. So yeah, I mean, it's just beautiful. This is what I was saying about the court cards. They're quite young, I feel. I mean, it's just lovely. It's beautiful. So yeah, that is the Lumina Tarot. Most impressed. Yeah. So that was my Gluttony deck. And the last one, the last prompt, I believe, is Sloth. A deck you use when you are feeling lazy. And that has absolutely got to be the Rainbow Moon Tarot. I've spoken about this deck several times, probably pretty much in every single video I've posted thus far. I love the gilding. These are the backs. And I pretty much use this deck every day. I love it. Sings its messages to me. Completely tells a story. Completely tells me what I... Possibly not what I need to know, not what I want to know, but it's going to tell me anyway. Not that it's a straight shooter or anything, but it's, you know, it says it as it is, and yeah, and that's that. And you know, the guidebook I think is very good. I mentioned before that the guidebook is not particularly in depth, but for me the message is completely on point, so I really enjoy it. As I mentioned before, some of the cards have been renamed. This is the Hierophant, obviously, which has been renamed to Rooted. There's even the Empress, I want to say, renamed to Creator. Who else has been renamed? Oh, anywho, there's several cards in this deck that are renamed, and even the court cards are renamed. But you know, it doesn't pose a problem. I think it works completely fine. Love it. Love. So yeah, that was the last prompt. That's all I have to show you today. Let's pull this baby back in because it's such a gorgeous deck. We'll do this. So yeah, let me know what you think of the choices. What would have been on your list? What would have been your 7 deadly, or 7 decks for deadly sin, should I say? Yeah, leave me a comment in the comment section. I'm completely being, my attention's being taken by this deck because it's so amazingly beautiful. Oh, it's just gorgeous. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna love you and leave you, and I'm gonna say thank you very much for watching. Have a lovely morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. Take care. Please like and subscribe if you'd like to, and I'll see you next time. Toodaloo.